afternoon. Happy Friday. I'm in a car and I have this live already scheduled, so I thought I'll hop on here and talk to my people. How was your week? Hope you had an amazing week. And I'm hoping that your week was very good. That this weekend you're gonna at least get to relax to some extent. I'd like to know where you are joining us from today. If you can let me know in the comment section, I would appreciate that. I personally am joining you from Chicago. Hello from the streets of Chicago, everybody. Good evening. Yes, please let me know where you're joining from today. I call this live because several of our clients and several people are heading abroad for studies. Some people have gotten their visas. They're starting in September. Congratulations to all of you who have gotten your visa. For people who are still waiting, God will do it. For people who are already abroad, also, you can ask questions today as well. I want to talk about some important things you have to bring with you before we take questions from the general audience. From Lagos, Nigeria, welcome everybody. And from Accra, Ghana, I see you, Etisen. And Anderson, South Carolina, thank you so much for joining. All right, let's talk about a few things that are very important that you bring with us. Yes, you've Googled some things that are very important. I want to share some of the things that personally for me, as you all know, I came abroad through the study route as an international student. What were some important things that you have to have with you? Of course, when you're coming, you have your passport. But I don't want you to just have your passport. I want you to get a soft copy of your passport and send it to yourself by email. This is a very important thing that you have to have. Get a soft copy of your passport and put it in your email. And I'll share a personal experience. So after I left Nigeria, I went to Finland, and I remembered one of the Easter period. I went to Italy. I went to the Vatican City to have my Easter celebrated in the Vatican City in Italy, and my purse was snatched from me. In my purse was my Nigerian passport and then the visa that I had, right? So I tell you, I kid you not, immediately my passport was stolen. I was like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do. I went to the police station to get a police report, and then I wanted to go to get my passport from the Nigerian embassy and also to get a visa. The only saving grace I had was that I had a soft copy. I have emailed a copy of my passport and visa to myself in the past. So I was able to find a place. I printed out a copy of my passport and visa and then took it to the police station so that they will not think I'm an illegal immigrant, right? Because on getting there, I was telling them what happened. They immediately thought I was an illegal immigrant, that I was lying. Thankfully, I had printed out what I had in my email. So I was able to say, hey, look, I'm not an illegal immigrant. There may be a lot of Nigerians here who are illegal immigrants. I live in Finland, and this is a copy of my visa, my study permit. This is a copy of my passport. That was the only reason why they would give me police report. Now you're wondering, Shabi, I'm traveling to somewhere. Sometimes you have to have a stopover. Let's say you're going to Canada, you have to have a stopover in Turkey, and then you have to have a stopover somewhere. If you have a stopover and maybe you find out that, in the plane right now, they're stealing people's things. One of my friends came to spend Christmas with us. Hand luggage, somebody broke into our hand luggage and they got away with a lot of things. Imagine if you're sleeping, somebody take your hand luggage. Now you're arriving in the country you're going. You don't have your passport. You don't have your visa. So you want to make sure that you save a copy of your passport, visa, all of your immigration documents through your email. So if there's any mishap or any incident that happened, you have those soft copies to prove that you're not an illegal immigrant. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I just want to make sure that I'm not talking to myself. Can you hear me? Can somebody confirm if you can hear me? Can you hear me? Can somebody can somebody say if you can hear me so I can keep speaking? Can you hear me? Okay, good. Somebody just confirmed that you can hear me. And the second thing I want to say is financial items, right? So when you're coming from Africa, so I know you have changed all your money into US dollars and all of that. The maximum you can take across the border, like if you're going to Canada or the US or all these different countries, is $10,000. So that's the maximum you can take. And let me tell you, you don't want to come to Canada with $10,000 because people are targeting your box. I can tell you for a fact, one of my friends that came in December to greet us, they stole our diamonds, they stole our gold. She was sitting, she put all of these things in her hand luggage, right? She put it on top, right? Or over her head and slept because the flight was long. By the time she got to our house, we realized they broken into her stuff. They didn't break it. When she was sleeping, they carried her hand luggage. The person took it away and took all of those valuables and returned it. And she didn't know. So don't take your money. Don't say, oh, I have cash. I'm going to come to the US with a $10,000 cash or $9,500. This is a long journey. If you happen to go and sleep a little bit and somebody open that place, they take your money, they're going to get away with your money. Please don't come with cash. Do not come with cash. Go and put your money in a bank, get a domiciliary account, put your money in domiciliary account, get a card, a Visa card, all these different cards, like Payday has a card now, like a dollar card. Get a dollar card that you can use to buy things at the airport. And when you get abroad, that money can be transferred to you, wired to you, to your account. Do not bring lump sum abroad. Don't bring lump sum. I have $10,000. I'll put it in my pocket. The thieves that are in this part of the world, those thieves in Nigeria, these ones here, they use AI, artificial intelligent thieves. They are the ones that live abroad. The thieves that enter plane, they're very smart. They are not Ojuelegba thieves. This one are high-level, high-scale thieves. So don't mess with these thieves. Don't bring cash. Get a domiciliary account. Put all your money in the domiciliary account. Just have maximum $1,000. Maximum. Get a card. Get a dollar card or pounds card if you're going to the UK. Take that dollar card with you. You want to buy something at the airport, swipe the card. You're getting to your new location, swipe the card. It would work. Do not bring thousands of dollars in cash. Secondly, one of the reasons is you don't actually know where you're going to stay. Even if you already have an uncle, you already wants to stay in a hotel, they could break into that hotel room and get away with your money. It's your uncle's house. Somebody could steal your money there. Do not bring cash. Just bring a credit card or a dollar card or a pounds card. Bring that card. We don't want stories that touch. You have now lost your tuition fees because somebody stole the money, and then you want to start to fight your uncle that gave you accommodation that you lost your money in their house. Or the person that said, come and stay with me for 5 days, you want to start to say they're thieves. You don't want such situations, so don't bring cash abroad. Get the money into your domiciliary account. It can be wired transferred to you. That's my second one. Now, the third one that I want to share is the things that you have to bring, like cultural things, right? Cultural things. You want to bring, don't throw away all your, nice natives and all of that. Bring a few of your cultural things. The rest can be shipped to you. Once when you come, you don't know where you're going to stay yet. You're still figuring things out. You don't know the size of the bedroom you're going to get. So don't overbring Nigerian outfits. Just don't dash it out. Get it all packed up. Get it all kept for you. Now, once you moved and you already figure out where you're going to live, they can post those things to you. Now, another thing that is important is prescription medication. Maybe you have a condition. You are hypertensive, so you're taking pills every day. You got to come with 3 months supply. 3 months supply of your hypertension tablets, whatever condition you have that you need to take the medication. Come with those supplies. Don't believe I'm going abroad. Once I get there, no, you don't want to go and be asking them for prescription drugs. You just arrived. So if you have any conditions, Even if it's not a condition that you have to take medication for every day, bring all you need. You have asthma, go and buy all the different supplies for asthma. You are hypertensive, you have a son that has any issue, bring everything you need. Now, it's not only prescription medication that you should bring. Now, there are some medications that are important if you're traveling abroad. For example, I'm Nigerian. We have mosquitoes in Nigeria. Mosquito don't chop you in Nigeria. You now reach abroad. The mosquito effect, because you are tired and fatigued, now enter. You now have malaria in Canada. They're going to isolate you in a ward. You're going to be isolated like you have epilepsy. So if you're coming abroad, you've been in those malaria-dominated areas, bring some malaria tablets. Bring all of those different things that could have happened to you because of where you're coming from. I'm not a doctor, but bring your prescription drugs, non-prescription drugs, even like anti. So in this part of the world, if you need antibiotics, it will take a doctor's note for you to get an antibiotics. Doctors don't want to recommend the antibiotics until you're about to die. I mean, antibiotics, they don't want to prescribe it. It's very hard to get a doctor to prescribe that except you're really sick. So if you feel like, oh, when this happened to me, I used to take antibiotics, at your own clinic, bring your stuff. Anything medically that makes you healthy, get all of it. Get everything. Get them. Get 3 months supply of everything you need that will make you stand on your feet. You have asthma, your inhaler, at least 3 months supply. Get them to come, because you don't want to come abroad and say they have better health care. They have better health care. So when I get there, they have better care. The health care is not cheap. It's not free. You have to register. It takes time. And if you're trying to see a specialist in Canada, for example, it may take months before you can see a specialist. So don't be banking on their health care. Come with your own medical supplies to make sure that, things are okay for you. All right. Like I have a note here, so I'm going through my notes. Okay. I see a lot of people would say, oh, when I get there, I'm going to buy a laptop. You have to manage your money. Don't have the plan that you're going to go and buy a laptop in Canada or the US or the UK. Bring the laptop you were using from Nigeria, because everything is expensive in this new country. You don't want to enter this country and go and start to buy a laptop for $1,000. How much do you have? Bring your laptops, all your, where all your documents are, everything. Come and manage that laptop until you get into the system, you understand the system. In this part of the world, you don't want to start to spend the money that is not plenty that you brought. So don't dispose things with the hope that when I get there, I'll buy new clothes. I'll buy laptop. No. Bring your laptops. When I was coming here, I didn't have money. I left Nigeria with 700 euros when I left 2008. I went to Kotangora market. I found nice winter boots, leather jackets, big winter jackets. Kotangora market. I loaded them up into one bag. Boots, sneakers, jeans, supplies for, weather appropriate attires. We don't wear them in Nigeria, so they're wearing like part of my daily life. And I knew I was traveling abroad. So I went to Kotangora. I loaded up. I washed them. They were clean. I ironed everything. I put a whole box of all the winter jackets, sweaters, jeans, summer wear, everything I needed. I loaded them up in Naira. I bought everything in Naira. Even thrift store, which is secondhand clothes here in Canada or the US, they're not cheap. If you don't bring clothes, one jacket in Canada is $350. You go and check Canadian Goose. Canada Goose, $350. Convert that $350 to Naira. Ask yourself, do I want to not bring jacket from Kotagora that is 12,000 Naira? Do I want to go and buy Canada Goose for $350? When I could get very solid Canada Goose jacket second hand from Kotagora and dry clean it in Nigeria, fold my Canada Goose fine jackets, bring them come Canada. Abi, I can find North Pole. Abi, what is that other one that is second hand? Please, there's no shame here. If anybody tell you don't bring clothes, now lie they lie. Oh. You will use all your money. You will go on one shopping like this. You want to copy Dr. Hadi. You know, we already live here. We don't calculate everything in Naira. You are not making US dollars yet. So please, make sure. If you can bring from back home, bring. If you happen not to bring from back home, when you get here, don't go and buy new outfits. You don't need new outfits. Ask them, where is Salvation Army? Where is the nearest thrift store? Thrift store is what we call second-hand clothes store. These second-hand clothes, they are very good looking. You can dry clean, you can wash them, you clean them, you wear. You are just going to manage for the next 1 year. There's no shame in managing. My people, there's no shame. We too, we manage. We too, we manage. Get second-hand clothes. They are cheap. $5, $7, $20. You know, get the shoes. Fine thing. Clean them up. No shame. Because if you go to ordinary H&M that the quality is not good, you'll be spending $50. By the time, just Biko, bring your outfit. You can't bring second hand. Buy second hand and manage it. Manage it for 1 year. Please, Biko, my people, manage. Let me check the notes. Now, for depending on where you're going, the power, what is it called? You have to bring the power adapters. So Nigerian power adapters, it has 3 mouths, right? That 3 mouths work for the UK. That 3 mouths don't work for the US and Canada. We don't have no 3 mouths. You know that straight 3 mouths. It doesn't work. So if you want, you can bring your power adapters from Nigeria. Just bring your power adapters from back home so that you don't go and waste $40 to buy power adapters here. Bring your power adapters. It's cheap in Lagos. Find 2 power adapters for Canada and the US. Buy. Keep in your bag. So that when you come here, you will not go to Best Buy and then they call that power adapters for you at $45. Hey, $45. This, you start to calculate in Naira. This thing at 5,000 Naira now. Buy your power adapters. Bring them. I'm coming. I'm reading my notes. Okay. So some of us, we are very Nigerian in how we cook. Bring your Maggi. Nigerian Maggi, curry, thyme. You can take them to any country. They're not contraband. Till this day, I still use my Nigerian Maggi. This Onyibo Maggi, no work for me. Okay? The Jamaican curry, no curry for me. Indian curry, the curry for me. No curry. I still dey buy my Ducros. I'm bringing my Ducros and lion curry from Nigeria. That's the one that tastes like my food. All right. So bring your Ducros curry, pack them full everywhere. Thyme is the same thing. Thyme is a vegetable, right? So it's the same thing everywhere. Thyme is the same thing. Curry, they curry enough. Bring your curry. You're not cube. You're all the Maggi. The Maggi that they have here, I manage it. But I miss my I miss my Nigeria kidney. I miss it small. Small Adam. Their Maggi, the Mexican Maggi. I manage the Mexican Maggi. I manage it, but I add Nigerian Maggi join. Bring your Nigeria. The curry one is not joke. Curry is not curry. You will go to Jamaican curry, you will taste the thing, you will taste the Indian one. Curry. Curry is an important element in Nigerian cuisine. Bring your Nigerian curry. You don't bring no chicken. Don't bring no chicken, no. Don't bring no chicken. Anything that has chicken, they might seize it. Bring the one that doesn't have chicken. Just bring it. So, just the one that doesn't have, if you want to buy your Maggi, don't go and buy Maggi chicken. Because once they see the body, they see chicken. Don't bring that one, okay? They say you should remove the Maggi and pour it in a Ziploc and label it, okay? So, You can do that. You can see all of our sisters and brothers. We want you to come here and be successful. There are African stores in most cities, right? For those African stores, there are some things that we can't bring from back home. You cannot bring snail. Don't let snail go and do you. You cannot bring, for the US, you cannot bring snail. You cannot accept. You know, if you bring snail, they will pour everything away. Don't bother trying to say, I will fry the snail, I will hide it. This is your first time. You don't want to go and get into problems. Now, we're talking about the easy stuff. Now, let's talk about the traveling documents. Your passport, your valid study permit, all the different immigration-related items, proof of funds. I said don't bring the money, but bring the proof of funds. If you have sent the money over, bring the proof. If it's still in a domiciliary account, bring the proof. You cannot carry more than $10,000 to pass any border. You have to declare it on the form. Don't hide anything. Well, they will give you a declaration form. You can't hide the money. You can't hide anything. If you bring any, they say, did you bring vegetables? Say yes. Crayfish, prawn. I bring crayfish and prawn. No. I don't bring and go Canada. Take and go America. Nobody take them, right? But we will not be unlucky in Jesus' name. So bring the money. Don't bring the money past 10,000. Don't bring even 10,000. Just like as I said, 1,000. Bring the proof of funds document for them to see. The passport, you need that. Copies of your academic transcripts, certificates, CVs. Bring everything. You're wondering, why should I bring my transcript? Your transcript copy, have it in hand. Because if one immigration person starts to ask you questions and wondering, oh, are you the person, just, be able to give them everything. This is my resume. This is my certificate from my bachelor's. This is my transcript. Have it, copies. Don't bring the originals. Where should you have your original? Before you leave Africa, the original copies, you should already think through, yes, do you wanna bring them? You pack them with you. But I want to advise you to keep them in a vault. What is the vault? What Education Services. Send your transcript through What Education Services, so it stay there. Anytime you need a transcript, you want to do another degree, you want to do provincial nominee program, they need a transcript or they need a certificate. Your transcript should be in a vault. Your vault is What Education Services, WES. Let WES has your certificate, has your transcript, it's there. So that if you even lose your transcript, let's say somebody want to steal your bag, you wouldn't have lost just the original, right? So you want to make sure before you leave Africa, get your documents sent to WES. Let WES confirm it is there. Anytime you ever need those documents, WES will send it out, whether to a university or an immigration body, WES will send it out. Medical records. So I remembered when I left Nigeria, I didn't have no serious medical records. I left Nigeria when I was 22 or 23. You are leaving Nigeria, you already have 2 kids. Your kids already have medical records that are tangible. You're living in Nigeria, you have some medical records. Maybe you have hypertension, you have medical history that is very critical. All those medical records, go and collect it from your doctor. No, original should not be sent to WES. Just have it in a vault. Have copies sent to WES. So WES, the one you send to WES goes directly from your school, right? Your transcript goes directly from your school to WES. So WES is like a place where anytime you need your transcript, they can send it to anywhere as an official copy. Your certificate, you send them a copy. So anytime you need your certificate, they can send you a copy again, or they can send anybody asking for a copy. They can send it to them as an official document. Don't send your original to WES, all right? So back to what I was just saying, have a place where if an official document is needed regarding your certificate or transcript, that organization can send an official document and people respect them. World Education Services is very good for that. If you're coming to Canada, you'll need to become permanent residents at some point. If you want to become permanent residents, the West will need a copy to provide to the government, or to be able to say this person truly, their bachelor's in Nigeria is equal to bachelor's here. So have West already have that. So that becomes one less task for you. And the hard copy you have with you, scan it, put it in digital copy. You bring it with you. You bring it with you, or you DHL it to yourself when you get here. You bring it with you. You put it in your luggage, your hand luggage, so that if your main luggage gets lost, your certificate should always be close to your heart. It shouldn't get lost, right? But if it gets lost, at least have soft copies in your email. Have it already sent to West as an official document, so you have it in different places. Also have copies in Nigeria with your family. Just make sure that you have all of that. Have all the originals with you. Have the originals with you. I'm saying when you bring it, anything can happen. Have soft copies. Have West also have copies, right? That's what I'm saying. Bring your original copies or all your documents, passport, proof of funds, the document to show that you have proof of funds, not the proof of funds itself, because you can't have more than $10,000. Have the original documents with you. Okay, what else should you have? Medical records. Medical record is very important. Let me tell you a story. When I think 2 years into my PhD, we were receiving Nigerian students. They just came. And one of the students that came, we were living in the same house. The second day after they arrived, I forced them the first day they arrived that they have to get their health card. They got their health card. They couldn't get the card, but they registered. Now, that evening, this guy had a seizure because it's been a stressful maybe couple of days. He fell down and he had something like an epileptic seizure. We had to call ambulance to come and take him to the hospital. We were there with him in the hospital for 2 days. We didn't have any clue of any medical record, right? So we were searching his documents and everything to see, right? Like all the medical records, so we can give it to the doctors, because he couldn't speak, right? It's gone for a few days, right? If he had come with any medical record while we were going through his items, we could have found those medical records and give it to them. So they had to start to diagnose, because they don't know, does he have epilepsy? Was he just tired? They started running several tests. Have your medical record. Is very important, not just because you could faint when you get there or something bad will happen, but for continuity of your history. When I moved from Finland, I carried my medical record was this big. Everything, my doctor printed everything out because they couldn't send it electronically to Finland, to Canada. So I took they printed everything out. They gave me my medical record in hand. I brought that entire medical record with me to Finland. First of all, I scanned everything. I sent it to myself over an email that I brought to Canada, the hard copy. Once I found a doctor 2 months later. That's when I got a family doctor. I took my entire medical history. I took it to my first appointment with the doctor and gave him the hard copy and told him that I can also email all the different digital copies that I have. The doctor appreciated it because I can now keep all my medical history. So anything that has happened to me in the past that I may not remember is in that medical history. Come with your children's medical history. Get a copy. Print them all out. Send them to yourself as also a digital copy. Yourself too. If you maybe go yearly for whole body exam, get all of that. It's important because we don't want to lose our medical history and just come and restart from scratch. Okay. You don't want to lose that. So get all your medical documents. Get them to come. Now, one of the things people ask me is, do I need life insurance? Do I need health insurance? What insurance do I need? It depends on where you're going. If you're going to Canada, I know Canada, so I'll talk about that. Ontario, Canada, you can't get a health card until you've lived there for at least 3 months, the last time I checked. That means if you're coming as a student, you are not covered for 3 months. If you fall down, if something happened to you, if anything, and then they call ambulance, they take you to the hospital, that's like $20,000 that you are now owing. For sleeping in the hospital for 2 days, you are now owing $20,000. They will take care of you, but your base will not be like this. So don't come. If you check the city you are going to, do they have free health care? Are they going to give me that health care on arrival? If I get there tomorrow, can I go and get the health care and it's valid immediately? This is the case for Saskatchewan, in Saskatoon, Canada. When you come as a student, maybe it has changed, I don't know. At least when we were there 12, 13 years ago, when you come as a student, you can get your health card immediately. Your health insurance is valid immediately. So for that, my friend, the person that I said fell down, he has gotten to put in his application. They've given us a healthcare number. So when we got to the hospital, we just gave them that number. If he didn't have that number, we said he doesn't have a health card yet, but he has a health card number. They said that's enough. We gave them the number. If we didn't give them the number, his bill after 2 days will be $32,000. They show us the bill. Immediately the number is applied. The bill is, I think, $20. $20 is all he had to pay for the 2 days. So I'm saying this because I've also seen somebody when we were in Finland who didn't have insurance coverage. She had a surgery because it was an emergency situation. Her bill was $62,000, 62,000 euros, 62,000. Don't play with your health. You are not in Nigeria, where they say you can pray it away. You say you have a headache, they'll say pray. In this part of the world, you have to research where I'm going. Am I covered health-wise? If you're not covered, before you leave, go get a health insurance. If you're going to Ontario, you are not covered, get a health insurance for at least the next 6 months. Have a health insurance so that if anything happens to you, your health insurance will cover majority of the money so you don't end up in debt. Please don't come thinking, I'm a Nigerian, I'm never sick. That is not the situation, no. If you go and fall sick in this part of the world, you end up in the hospital. Now money they chop. Serious money, except if you have a healthcare coverage. If you don't have a healthcare coverage, they start to call the thousands of dollars you are owing. Please, this is a very important stuff because Nigerians, as Africans in general, we believe that we can pray away the sickness, or I'm never sick. You are coming to a new country, you don't know how your body is going to receive the new air, the new atmosphere, the stress, trying to find a place, trying to go back to school. You don't know how your body is going to receive it. So please, bring your medication and make sure you have a health coverage because anything can happen. All right. I'm looking at my list. Upon arrival, if you come in here, right, anywhere you're going, I always say, have something that represents you. You're going to miss home. It's very important that you don't dash out your phone and all of that. Every method that you can use to, communicate with people. You're going to miss home. The things that make you remember your home, bring a few of them. Family pictures, anything that you need, bring a few of them. It's very important for you to, at least, when you start to be homesick, there is some support. I have seen people like me, right? Now we can go to the new with L resident in Nigeria. Yeah, I feel sick the moment I stepped in Canada because of the weather. Yeah, so anybody can fall sick. Now, like I said, prepare as much as possible. Bring everything that feels right. Ask questions. People who live abroad. Is this necessary? Should I bring this? Don't ask one person alone. Ask a couple of people so that you can bring enough stuff. Things can be shipped to you. It's not a problem. But there are some things that if you don't have them, you will not enter. You know, we posted a video here 2 days ago that the officer was saying these are the things they want you to bring so that they can give you access to enter Canada. Please watch that video so that you're sure in terms of what they need you to bring for you to get your permit and be able to enter the country. Upon entering the country, the first 2 days, you want to open a bank account. Before you can open a bank account, you have to get a social insurance number. So upon entry, good morning the following day, ask question from people or go to Google. Where is the nearest place to get the SIN number? Social insurance number. Every country has what they call it. In the US, they call it social security number. In the UK, they have what they call it. Wherever country you have, everybody needs a number to represent them. Find out immediately upon arrival, the next day, where can I get this number? If it can be applied for online, apply for it online. If you can get a health card, the next day, apply for health card. The third thing, go straight to the bank. Go and open a bank account. Whatever cash you have, drop it in the bank. Don't let that cash stay with you because you may be stressed. You may lose your money because of stress. Go straight to the bank. Get the SIN number. Get a health card if you qualify. Straight to the bank. Go and drop your money in the bank. They'll give you a checking card. That checking card, you can use it anywhere. So get that card. That's what you use from now on. Take that card with you. Any transaction you want to do, you swipe that card. The fourth place you're going, don't say, school have not started. You are here for school. The next day, after you go to those 3 places, straight to school. Straight to school. You go to that school. You go and register yourself. Why? Let me tell you one very sad thing that happened. Somebody had come to Canada. They are still settling here. I'm looking for accommodation. I'm settling in my children. They didn't go to school. School called them and said, school sent them a message that they've revoked their admission. That they've given, the slot is full. The slot is full. We have now revoked your admission. We will give you for January admission. Why? Because they don't know you are in the country. They have number of people they have to admit and bring in yearly. If they don't know that you are here, they don't know you have gotten your visa, and you're already in the country. You're already running around trying to rent a place, trying to settle in. You didn't go and register in school. So they now gave your slot away and say you will start in January. Who do you want to blame? Do you want to... This just happened to somebody in Canada. She has arrived this month. She has not gone to school. She said they will start in 2 weeks. They sent her a message that your admission has been revoked. We are moving you to January. The slot is full. If you came here to study, is it not the school that you should first of all go and let them know you are here? Please, the next day, when you leave that bank, straight to school. International Students Office, registration, everything. They have not started. Let them know I'm already here. Go straight to school. That is for the US. That is not the case. Everybody else is not having that problem. So in the US, you can't get your social security number like that. In Canada, you can get your social insurance number. In the UK, in Germany, in different places, you get it the first day upon arrival. In the US, is a different ball game. Now, straight to school, because I have somebody's case now that I'm dealing with. They have revoked her admission. They said that the slot is full because they didn't get confirmation that she's in the country yet. Because she's busy trying to settle down the family, get a place to stay, get all these, meet people. While you are busy meeting people, don't let them go and remove your slot for the school. Please, go straight to school next day. Register. Now, in the school, every school, majority of the schools, if you're not in, they have African association. Before you even leave your home country, you should have connected with the African Association in your school. When you connect with those African Association, they may know, oh, you need accommodation. Go to African Association. You already should be talking to them before you leave your own country. I'm a new student. I'm coming from Ghana. I'm looking for a place to stay. Please, where can I look for place? How does it work? African Association, they have you covered. Have you covered. When you enter the school, you go to International Student Office, ask them, African Association, you want to meet them, is there a phone number of somebody to call? You have not come abroad to be doing shakara. When I go to Finland with 700 euros, I didn't know anybody. I came down from the flight. Everybody was white and they had Finnish written down everywhere. I did not understand any of the language. We got to the train station. Last, I saw 2 black people standing. They were speaking Yoruba. The speed that I used to go to those people. Speed. I got to their front. I knelt down with my 2 legs. With my 2 legs. I knelt down and said, my brothers, I'm Yoruba, Ejo. Ibi báyìí ni mo ń lọ kópio mi ò mọ̀yàn kankan bẹ́ẹ̀ gbà mí. Mo ti débì gbogbo ẹ̀dẹ̀ funfun different language no course everywhere. Mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí bẹ̀bẹ̀ mo kúnlẹ̀ ẹsẹ̀ méjèèjì kó débì báyìí kó máa sòyìnbó òṣì. Kó débì báyìí kó ráwọn dúdú kó gbápá sókè ìyá ló máa jẹ́. Mi ò ṣeré o. You will suffer. You see black people here, you do analysis. You will suffer. You need everybody. You need the white people, you need the black people, you need Asians, you need everybody. You need everybody. That your American English that is incorrect, throw it into the garbage. No. Let that spirit of pride that you're carrying from Lagos do underneath. You see black people. You see black people in Lagos, you know we don't greet each other, right? When we see each other, we don't greet. In this country, when you see each other, you shake heads, you greet people, because you never know who is going to help you. That your attitude that is smelling, if you don't throw it into the garbage. I knelt down with my 2 legs. 2 legs. People are speaking my language. In a foreign country that everything has been written in Finnish. Then I see 2 Nigerians standing and speaking Yoruba. Timo rushed the bear. 2 legs. I knelt down. You know how God will help me? One of them has just come from Kuopio. He did his summer school in Kuopio. He said, I will help you. I have people in Kuopio. In fact, I just got back a few days ago. I lived there for 3 months. I didn't have accommodation. I didn't know anybody. He said, enter the train. Train 8 hours. He said, enter the train. By the time you get to Kuopio, somebody will meet you at the train station to pick you up. He said, this is my phone number. Come with your phone number. It has to be working. Is MTN working in America? If they say no, buy the one that is working. Your SIM card has to be working until you get to your destination. It has to work in your destination. So buy a SIM card that works in your destination. Thankfully, my SIM card was working in Finland. He said, this is my number. Don't think I'm lying to you. I know people in Kuopio. I'll arrange people to meet you up and give you a place to stay for a few weeks before you can gather yourself together. I knelt down there. I didn't stand up. I stayed on my knees. Dapo and Wale stayed on my knees in front of these boys. I stayed on my knees, until they both promised me we will call our people. Let's even start to call them right now. They started calling their people in Kuopio and said, one of your sisters is coming. She doesn't know anybody. You're going to have to help her. They're telling their people, you're going to have to help her. I knelt down there. I stayed there for minutes, for like 15 minutes. They dragged me to stand up. I stayed there. These people, by the time I got to my 8-hour drive, Sheriff was waiting for me at the train station. Sheriff picked me up, took me to Edith's house. They have fried rice cooked and waiting for me. Fried rice with chicken. Respect. Respect. Connection. Be ready to ask for help. Open your mouth. I need help. Hey? I'm telling you. Of our family, gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ àmà ṣoríire báyìí wà máa rí wà máa bí fún wọn pọ́n ṣoríire. One asks for help ni. One ẹni tó bá béèrè ọ̀nà ni òun ṣìnà. The person that asks for road doesn't miss roads. When you enter plane, all of your buga, that buga, drop it at Lagos MMA. Your buga, let it be living in Lagos. By the time you enter the plane, drop it in Lagos, so because the people you meet in the plane, you might be sitting beside the daughters of ministers. You might be sitting beside somebody who have 20 houses in Canada. You might be sitting in the back of somebody who can change your life in that new country. You might be sitting with them. So your buga attitude, let it end in MMA before you enter flight, because you don't even know who you're going to sit down with in the flight. You could sit down with a life changer, someone who will help you in the flight. So drop your buga attitude, before they say your attitude, your how you doing like this, let it end in Lagos. That your smelly attitude, you bring it here, you will suffer knee. You think you're fine. That your beauty that is doing you anyhow. Drop you and your beauty, you will perish abroad. You will do cleaning job ori apa. You want a beauty while of it shake ni. Mu beauty ko party. Respect. You see, hey. That is one thing people will tell you. They'll say, Dr. Adi, yes, ma, Omafi Koba ni. Yes, ma, yes, sir. Ekole sa, moti kule. Oh, moment, Olore mi, to ekpo lore mi lo lo duro yen ti mo lo nbuga. Let me close my laptop. We are not even reading that anymore. Let's be telling ourselves. Because Dapo and Wale, they got me Edith and Sheriff. They got me Lola to get me my first cleaning job abroad. If you come here, you think now that I come here, you already have a plan. Once you get here, you're gonna do. You are gonna do cleaning job. That's if you even see your cleaning job to do. Remove the gonna. Ijile Yoruba, whether it's correct or not, just Ijile for everybody. Respect everybody. Ask for help. You don't know what to do. Go to, like I was saying, go to African Association. You call they give you a phone number. You saw the name. The name is Yoruba. You call the person. Hi, hello, Makpa. Koni dry alone. Koraye. Ibishalowa. Of Elonshe Leader African Association, they ain't paying them. FYI, if people are like association leaders in university, they don't get paid. I was a VP for, VP for finance. Nobody was paying me nothing. If they call me that a new student has come, Nigeria needs help, and that person is calling me on the phone, don't call them on the phone or text them, send them a text. In this part of the world, people don't call people on the phone, they text people. You text them, you introduce yourself. Hello, ma. Hello. I'm so person. Thank you so much for all the work you do. I'm new. Please, so landlord, me on I'm new. I'm a new student. I'm looking for go straight to the point. I'm a new student. I'm looking for a place to stay, and I'm wondering if there's any help you can render in terms of finding a place. Anything you need, ask your African brothers. They got you. They also went through that. They went through that when they came 2 to 3 years ago. So they know what you're going through. A lot of them will be willing to offer you some support to say, hey, I know somebody who is looking for a roommate. Hey, I know a place that is open. Hey, our pastor has a basement that he wants to rent out. Hey, I know Dr. Hadi. She has 2 properties in that neighborhood. Let me call her. Hey, this is the Nigerian realtor. I'll give you the Nigerian realtor number. Work with them. They can find you a place to stay. Call your African people. Get the contacts of the leaders of the African Association. Tell them what you're going through. They may not help you directly, but they'll give you the right connect, or they have somebody who's looking for a roommate, all of that. When you come here, don't plan to say, I want to leave alone. I want this. Okay. If you have a family, you're coming with 2 kids and all that, you'll have to leave alone, right? If you don't have a family, you're a single person, you have no reason to be living alone, to be honest. Get a flat with 2 other people. so that at least you're not alone. You're not feeling lonely. You're not feeling homesick. And also you feel a little protected, and you are living among people who look like you. You can share information and your life will be a lot easy. Don't live alone. When I came to Canada, I lived alone, and almost a year in, Nigerians were coming in. I said, oh, yeah, I don't want to live alone anymore. I went and live with 2 boys. The best decision I've ever made when it comes to me going to school. Living with 2 Nigerian brothers. Like, they protect me. They take care of me. We were really cool. Like, they helped me. In fact, one of them, we published my journal papers together. It was very good at statistics. It'll help me understand what is it I need to do statistically. It'll look at my data for me. At some point, I just say, how about we collaborate on this journal paper? You do all the statistics, I do all the research, okay? And then you analyze all the data, we publish it. We authored papers together. It was my flatmate. So if you don't have to live alone, especially when you're single, you don't have to. Live with people, it's mutually beneficial in most cases, I promise you. You're married, or you're coming with kids. In that case, you have to get a place to stay. There are several Nigerian realtors, different, just get help from Nigeria Association. It will go a long way. Okay, like I said, go to school, go and register, so that if they have quota, they can make sure that they give you your quota. Look at your admission conditions. Some schools, you have to pay the full tuition for the year before you start. Some schools, you can pay instrumentally. If you're going to a school that you have to pay the full tuition before you can start your program, please go and pay the full tuition before you even leave your home country. If you don't pay the full tuition, they will give your seat away. They have the right to give your seat away 1 month before the school starts. So, check your admission letter. Make sure if you are coming, you have to pay your tuition yourself. Make sure if you haven't paid the whole tuition, let's say you've only paid 40%, but you got the visa. Ensure that, okay, they will allow me go to school. Or if you have to pay everything, pay it, else they will throw your name out of the list. They'll put somebody else. You'll be in a very dicey situation. You're already in the country. So make sure you check. What else? Go to church. If you're a Muslim, find Nasfat. I suggest that you have 2 types of church. The first church is a white church. The white church, they have gifts for international students, free winter jackets, winter boots. A lot of white churches, they have all of these things waiting for you. Free food. They have food bank and all of that. Now, go to Nigerian church because your families, your brothers, we are your family. By the way, we are the family. We are here. Your family, we are in the Nigerian church. We can give you some good advice in terms of what to do to make your navigation a lot easier. So this week, you go to white church. The next week, you go to Nigerian church. The week after, you go to white church. You'll be rotating like that because all these blessings, you will need to collect all of the blessings. They belong to you. So, go to white church, you'll get some good network. You're looking for a job, you can get support there. Food, you can get free food, you can get free winter jacket, shoes, all of this. Nigerian church, some of the churches have started doing food bank. Nigerian church, you can get one auntie like you. One of my mentees came to Chicago, and one auntie in Chicago gave her a car, a small car. Nigerian auntie gave her a small car. She drove to my house. I said, where did you get a car? I said, one auntie from my church, she gave me. Another Nigerian gave another Nigerian a small perishable car. I said, be managing that. Huh? So you can't run from your people. You can't say, Igbao, I'm going to white people church. Well, you can get some blessings from there as well. But go, just shuffle it. Go to Nigerian church this week. Go to white church next week. Go to, if you have time, go to the midweek services so that people can get to know you. They can see you and you can get some support. If you're part of Rotary, find Rotary. If you were a Rotaractor in high school, go and join Rotary. All the rich people, they're Rotaractors. Go and join them. You will get help there. Your mommy is a Lions Club member. Go and join Lions Club. You will get help there. All the rich white people, they're there. Go to all those clubs. Go and become a member. You will get all those rich white people. They will adopt you. Lions Club, Rotary, all these Go there. Go and, register. Start to go to all the meetings. Go and be volunteering. Let them see your face. You get all the support you need. The last thing I want to mention is your career. Coming abroad is stressful. There's a lot of money. It's sacrifice. It takes sacrifice for you to uproot your life and say, I'm going to go to school again. Even if you're going to school in Nigeria, I'm going to do a master's. It's a sacrifice. Not to talk of you uprooted your life from one country in Africa to go to another continent entirely. That's a big sacrifice. I commend you. They said golf club. I endorse that. Golf club. Join golf club, safe. If you start to learn golf small, all these rich aunties, they'll adopt you. Be adopted. But let your black people know who adopted you. Let them know where you go. So if you disappear, we know where you can. We will look for you. Going back to the career, you're making a very good choice. You're making a good choice to say, I'm going abroad, but this is a sacrifice. It costs money. It costs time. It costs effort. It costs a lot of things. I commend you. Now, I want to speak some English. There is a disconnect between what they're teaching you in school and what you need to get a job. The school will teach you maybe 20 to 30% of what you need to get a job. You can't go to school and say, oh, I'm too tired. They are grilling us in school. I'm focusing on my school. It's good that you focus on school, but you need to know what is required to get a job. Because you can't come and spend all this money. 1 year tuition in Canada, the minimum school you can find is maybe $9,000. And then you get some of them up to $40,000. You have come here for a 1 year or 2 year program. That is a lot of money. You feed yourself, you feed your family, you spend all this money. You have to get a job where you're done to be able to get your permanent residency. The school cannot give you everything you need to get a job. If you think if I finish, I get a certificate, it's going to get me a job. The question I have for you is, how did that turn out for you in Nigeria? When you graduated in Nigeria with a certificate and didn't have skills, did you get a job? Me and you know we didn't. The reason why we didn't get a job in Nigeria wasn't because we didn't know anybody. It was because we didn't get any skills from that school. It was theoretical. No employer wants to hire you if you don't have competencies to do the job. So you can't rely fully on the school. You have two choices. The first choice is, as you are entering the country, talk to a career coach. Talk to a career coach like Dr. Adi, so we figure out what type of job are you going to be looking for when you're done. What are the skills required to do the job? So every course you want to take within the school, we orchestrate it. This course will give you this software skills. That course will give you this software skills. So you plan your courses that you want to take. This is important. If you feel like, I don't want to talk to a career coach right now, the effort of all this money, how do you plan to use it to get a job? Because the school cannot give you the direction to understand the market. At the end of the day, a lot of us are here to be able to restart our lives, get a good job where you're done, get your papers, become permanent residents. That's the goal. School is not going to be easy. It's going to drill you. Settlements is going to grill you. But you can't do all of that and not have an understanding of the market so that we can get you a job, so that we can get you your papers. You can't do that to yourself. This whole abroad thing is too hard for you to not have a plan for what you will get, what type of job you will do when you're done. You are coming for an MBA. An MBA, what job do you do when you finish an MBA? No, it's not a career path that is straight. Somebody needs to help you figure out what job would you get with your MBA. You even doing biochemistry. It doesn't mean that there is biochemistry job. There are different type of jobs you can get. So we need to know from the beginning what skill sets are needed for those jobs. So you can get them while you're in school. While you're in school, you have access to various courses. You can take those courses, but we need to know what skills do you need. So you take the right courses because it's free to you. You take all the courses. If you don't have the courses within the school, the softwares for students, the softwares are free. Book an hour meeting with a career coach. It doesn't have to be Dr. Adi. Just go to a career coach. Let them give you all the skill sets, all the software skills. Because while you're in school, softwares to students, they are free. You download Student copy is free. You can learn all those softwares. You can build different projects. You can put them in your portfolio so that the effort of 2 years in school, when it's now time to look for job, you will now not be looking and saying, nobody is calling me. I've been applying for 6 months. It's racism. They don't like black people. That's a lie. They still like Dr. Adi. I still got all those jobs. And we still kept getting jobs for people. There's nothing wrong with your color. Oh, it's because I don't have American experience. That's a lie. You don't know what the employer need. You haven't even figured out what job you want to do. Oh, it's too early to start to think of job. You didn't come here to come and count trees. It's not too early to start to think of jobs. We are Africans. We plan everything. Like that. Let's get everything planned. You are going to the school. The school will drill you. The school will not give you what will get you the job. They won't. It's not their job, and you can't sue them. They will give you maybe 30%. Nobody wants to hire anybody that has 30% of skills. They want somebody who has everything. Get help with your career. From the beginning now, get help so that you will know what you need so you can get everything over this space of 1 year or 2 years. So when it's 6 months before you finish, you apply for a job, you get a job before you're done. You get a job. So your life will just be smooth. You finish, you start work, you get your permanent residency, and everything move forward. My hope is that 2 years' time, you have a better life than today. You have been indoctrinated into the new country. You too, you are now helping people. You've gotten a job. You figure out your permanent residency route. And maybe you're about to buy your first house, or you already did. That's my prayer for you. My prayer for you is that this journey will work for you. If there's anybody who needs to see this video, please send it to them. I'm wishing you all the very best on this journey. And yeah, if you are thinking, I need to book an hour session with Dr. Adi so I can help you plan every step of the way, please book the hour session with me. The money you spend on the tuition, calculate it. Calculate the amount. Dr. Adi wants to charge me $250. It's too much. How much is your school fees? Your school fees is how much? $15,000. How much is $250 to help you maximize that potential? That $250, you need it to get everything you want from that money that you are spending in Canada or the US or the UK. Let's make sure we're not penny wise, pound foolish. All the best for my people. I pray for you. In Yoruba, we will say, Mo fi Ọlọ́run sìn yín. We'll also say, Rántí ọmọ ẹni tí ẹ ń ṣe o. Remember the child of who you are. This is not a remember the child of who you are. Don't go and join bad gang. No. This ordeal is going to test your faith. It's going to test your origin. But remember the child of who you are. You are African. You are born kings and queens. You are born to be a leader. Remember who you are. Remember, my name is Adiola. I'm a princess. Don't let this Iloibo make you forget that you're a princess. You came from somewhere. All the best, everybody. Share this video with anybody who needs it. Come chat with us in the DM. We're happy to support you on your journey. And welcome if you're coming to the US. Welcome if you're coming to Canada. If you're going to the UK, I follow seeing you better know it. All right. People going to Europe, I follow seeing you. All the best, everybody. Nice seeing everybody on here. Have a good rest of your day. This is goodbye. Bye, everybody.